Hello YouTube. I wanted to talk real quick about Ancestor Veneration. I've done a longer post on my Patreon, which you'll be able to find a link to in the section that's below the video there, the little about section. I'll put a link in there once the Patreon's up. Ancestor Veneration was really important in our tradition for a very long time, and it still is, in Northern European Heathenry. It's being in connection with your ancestors is part of the path. And I go into it a bit in the video there. I'm just going to talk a little bit about it here and also offer some basic ideas for those of you who don't really connect with your ancestors, or you feel like your ancestors are a bunch of bastards and you don't want to have anything to do with them. Because let me tell you, no matter how much you may dislike the people you know as your ancestors, your parents, your grandparents, stuff like that, even if you got no one in there, you know, like, I was an orphan since I was 3, I lived on the street, they're all a bunch of assholes. There are still people in your family tree who would love to meet you. Yeah, they've passed on, but in a way that makes them more flexible. They can be there when you need them. You know, I talk about this to a degree in my video on my Patreon page, and I talk about my experience with my great-grandmother who passed on, and reaching out to her and talking with her. And I also talk about alternatives for non-physical ancestors and physical ancestors who you haven't met yet, and ways you can get in touch with them, because it's really a valuable tool, I think, as a heathen, as a mystic heathen, someone who practices gold or Seder, whatever you do. If you follow a mystic path within heathenry, shamanistic path, that kind of thing, ancestor veneration can be a really important part of that and that experience. And a lot of times, if you feel like you can't connect with them, it's about ego, unfortunately, or it's about you just don't know yet someone in your family tree. There are people in your family tree who would love to meet you. So anyway, go out there, meditate, reach out to the awesome people in your family tree that you have not met yet, who have passed on, and pay respect to the people who you do know who have passed on, because even the ones you don't like, even the distasteful ones, have had good aspects to them and are worth your time, worth your gratitude and reaching out and saying hi. Even their worst qualities were lessons to you about how not to be, and that in itself has value. So my name is E.S. Wynn, and I am the author of 71 books in print. I have a website at www.thunderrune.com. That's one R. I also have a website at eswin.com, where I talk about spirituality, science fiction, and transgender issues, actually. So check that out too. And then, as I said, I'll have my Patreon link down below if you want to learn more about ancestor veneration. All right. Have a nice day.